Now, it's Groundhog Day in the Victorian energy debate as the National Energy Market Operator has announced the expected closure of Latrobe Valley's Loy Yang A and B power stations nearly 15 years earlier than expected. But so far, there has been no announced energy replacement. Now, as the CFMEU have warned, governments better start digging, quote unquote, to find a reliable source of power so Victoria avoids an energy shortfall. Joining me now is Nick Wakeling, the Victorian Shadow Trade Minister. Welcome to the program, Nick.
G'day. Good evening, Caleb.
Good to have you with us. Now, what is going on in Victoria? I mean, it's one thing to have coal-fired power stations shutting down, and we knew it was always going to happen. But if there is no plan to actually replace that with another form of power in time for it shutting down, surely that is a recipe for blackouts.
Well, it's deeply concerning to hear that the slated closure at Loy Yang is not being coupled with an announcement with regard to replacement baseload power. And we've seen in Victoria with the closure of Hazelwood, there was no comparable alternative baseload power come online. And these further announcements again raises the concern that the government has no clear plan for Victorians as to how they're going to replace that power source.
And I suppose the other point here as well is the job side of things. I mean, if people are going to be out of a job 15 years earlier than they otherwise would have, what plan is there from the Victorian government to actually transfer these people into other work? If they're not finding another source of power to replace the coal in the meantime, where are these people expected to go?
Well, the simple answer is there is no plan. I mean, we saw that with Hazelwood when it closed. I mean, the government championed the fact that they closed the plant, but there was no comparable plan to provide long-term future employment for people in the Latrobe Valley. And we're going to see the same situation with Loy Yang. And in fact, you've got the CFMEU calling out the Labor Party for their lack of action. I mean, and unfortunately, it's not just across the energy sector. We're seeing this across the entire state. The government's got no plan to bring back manufacturing. They've got no plan to grow jobs, to grow industry. And as we come out of COVID, Victorians are looking for a clear direction when it comes to industry policy, when it comes to manufacturing. And the opposition has put on the table our plan to invest in $2.5 billion and to have a significant portion of that in the regions. It's exactly why we're doing this, because if you're going to close these plants, you can't just wing in a prayer, hope that these people find another job. They're just not out there.